So let's look at line of attack. Just point your finger up here real quick. So his line of attack is right here, right? So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I don't stand here and allow him to hurt me. This could be a finger. He's threatened me mentally, like, I don't like you, right? Or this could be a knife, this could be a gun. My point with this exercise and this lesson is that this is his line of attack. I need to move the line of attack. Now, I can move the line of attack many different ways. I can move the attack by simply me moving my body. There we go, right? In which case, he would probably trace me and then he moves the line of attack. So the more you can move the line of attack, the less probability you have towards him hurting you. So there's the first one. You got to break that line of attack. Now, the easiest, most effective way for me is to move my ass and move him at the same damn time, which gives me something to come into, right? So that's the most effective way. So that you want to break line of attack some way. No matter what the realm is, you've got to break the line of attack. Okay, generally speaking, if we're up close and personal, what I want to do is I want to move and I want to move him. Right? The next thing that we're going to look about is we're going to talk about breaking the vision of the person, right? So we want to break vision. If I'm here, he's got that same line. If I move the target, which is me, I move his line of attack, which is him, I can then come into the eyes, right? So that's going to be another thing that we want to do is break that. Now, it doesn't always just mean with a finger stroke. You know, everyone's like, oh, point your fingers into their eyes. That's the easiest way that you can stop them from seeing. First of all, I want to say that you guys in here, and I can't speak for, in fact, most ninjutsu organizations do not spar. We spar, most don't. But when you spar, what's one thing that you guys learn? You guys do not land punches every time you throw, go fight stance for me. We're not like, I hit him and he hits me, and then I hit him and I kick him and he hits me. Like, that is not, like, it's not the movies where every time they throw something, they land a good shot. Like, no, you guys know there's a lot of shots that you throw that does not land. And they block, or they move, or whatever. It's the same thing, vice versa, right? So with that being said, if I have my hand, which is the surface area, just the surface value of his hand, and he's got his head, if I can't land that 100% of the time, how, you see people like, oh, we're going to do a reality-based self-defense seminar on the weekends, and bring your kids, you know, and they're going to say, take this finger, this one little bitty finger, and you're going to hit this small target right there. You know what I mean? Under stress, anxiety, fear, all this shit's high, blood pressure's up, heart rate's up, and you're just going to be so good, you stick those fingers right in the... That is not probable. It is possible, it is not probable, right? So what we need to do is we need to modify that. So in the ninja traditions, right, what we see is this thing called Shakokin. And that's the reason that's kind of a big point. Throw that finger at me again, right? So I move the target, which is me, I break line of attack, and I'm going to take my whole palm of, see, because this right here is a bigger surface area than this. This is a bigger surface area than this. So this is harder to hit a specific target than this, and this is a harder than this. Yeah? So, I know I'm not trying to be like ABC 1, 2, 3, but the camera's running, and let me tell you, if you ever look at the comment section of my YouTube channel, you guys are great. But there are people watching this video right now as a complete dumbass. I mean, I'm telling you, you should see the comment section. You will lose faith in common sense and humanity. So anyway, what we're going to do is move the target, move line of attack, and I'm going to take my whole hand, jam it on his face, and from there, I can now claw the eyes. I can now break that vision. But we want the whole hand, slam it in, rip. That's what we want. If you're going to do an eye strike, that's how you do the eye strike. I get it. There are ancient. We have one of our traditions is Kokoru Kempo, and they do a lot of eye strikes here, and you know, and that's traditional martial arts, and we learn the kata for a reason. But there are many reasons why we learn those kata, not because that kata is the gospel. Okay, so keep that in mind. We have to, when we talk about what is possible and what is probable, those are two separate things, and we want to make sure that you guys are doing something that's highly probable. And I have more surface area here to smack him upside his face and get into those eyes, soft tissue, ears, fish hook. I can do that much easier than trying to stick him with one of these, okay? So there's that. The next one we're going to work on is balance. Balance, you got to break the balance. Break the structure, right? Now, when you break the structure, you're going to have different points that you're going to break the structure on. And I know most of you guys have seen me do this. We've talked about this in videos. We got some new ones in here today, so we're going to kind of go through it real quick. These points, regardless of where you hit them, you're going to move their structure. Now, you can either do Koppo Jitsu, which is bone breaking, or you're breaking the structure of a person, or Koshi Jitsu, where you go after the soft tissue and you still move them off balance, but you're attacking soft tissue rather than the bone structure. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay, so let's look at the points. Number one is going to be the head. You move the head, you move them. I mean, we've all seen this where you smack the head, he moves that way, right? Twist the head, whatever. The next one's going to be the shoulder line. You want to manipulate the shoulders. In most Nage Waza, right? Most Nage Waza, we manipulate the shoulders to help break the balance of him to come in for a throw, right? Or we can smack his head this way to come in this way, right? So that's how we work with that. The next one we're going to look at is the elbows. That's going to be another thing. And the wrists. Now the reason we do elbows and wrists is because if I'm here, if I move that elbow like this, I can move his whole body, right? If I move his wrist like this, I can move his whole body. So it doesn't really matter. If I attack the head, I move his body. If I move the shoulders, I move his body. If I get into that elbow, I move his body. If I get into the wrist, I move his body. You see how those points help manipulate that bone structure and moves it, which gives you another target to open that up, right? Now, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 more to go. The next 3 are, we've got the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So those are your 7 points that we want to use to break that structure. Now I know lots of other martial arts are going to give you a whole bunch of all these nice diagrams, and it looks like it's something written in the whatever, 500,000 years ago or whatever the shit, right? It's fun, it's nice. But the reality of it is, these are the 7 points that are most realistic. You can attack them. So if I want to attack the hip, if I break into that, he bends forward, right? We even see techniques in Koppo Ryu, where they'll take the Shito Ken and jam it into the koi, come in here with a headbutt, because you're breaking that bone breaking structure, right? And we can come into the knee, and from here I can break into the knee this way, or maybe step in with that right. I can use my left knee to kind of hit the knee and open him up this way and push him back that way. And of course, right leg forward for me, please. Thank you. Now we're going to do the Ura Mote Shiranage that we see in Kokudo Kempo. So I can use my foot to attack the ankle this way, or attack this way. Right? So those are going to be things that you can use to break that structure, to manipulate. So what we want to work on now is we want to work on some techniques. This is a principle. These are not an actual physical technique. It's not like, okay, here's the secret, 1, 2, 3, add it together, and there's the technique. Now I'm going to give you guys some techniques. We're just going to attack those 3 things. What were those 3 things? 1.
It was line of attack.
Yep.
Attack the vision.
Yep.
And balance.
Very good. That's right. Break the attack, break the vision, break the balance. That's what you're trying to do. Those 3 things. He's going to, let's say that he comes in and let's just go like a self-defense situation. So I'm in here and he comes in with the 2-hand push. Now, as this 2-hand push comes in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back on the left right here as I jam up, again, that Shako Ken. I'm pulling here. I'm going to jam up on those eyes as I claw up, okay? And I'm stepping back with the left. So as he comes with the push, going to give me a push. Okay, I step back with the left, and I jam up this way, right? Now, from there, we're going to go ahead and take that left, and we're going to come in with that breaking into Oso Tokurai as he goes down. Let's go down. And then from there, I just want you to make sure you put your knee on the ribs, and then into position so you can throw the attack, okay? So let's try it again. This is a real basic technique. This isn't anything, magnificent, right? We've all done more advanced techniques than this, but let's just work with this so you get the concept. He comes in, and as the push comes in, I want to move that line. And as I'm moving the line, now I come in and I broke that vision. I'm going to take the balance away, and I'm in position, and this one I can do what I need to do. I can go into locks, I can go into strikes, whatever it is that we need to do, okay? Real basic. Let's get you guys warmed up, and we'll move from there, okay?